All right.
Everything
Hello, everyone. Hey, David. How are you? uh,
good in yourself, lad. I'm going very
Very
well,
good.
thank you.
Awesome.
Good. Look forward
I'm
to
good
this one.
myself too. I guess, ready. I think we are also live over YouTube. So, yeah, first things first, guys. Take care with the financial decisions. That's 100% up to you. Take care with the give me $1, I give you two back, and scams like that. The only two ways you can support the community is within patreon.com/davidtech, and of course the website david.tech. Fake profiles, again, take care. David Tech Age or David Tech with 1D or David Tech.age or something like that. Some really weird names within the DMs that happen for you to get some messages. Some weird like, hey, give me $1, I give it to back. Just take care with that. And yeah, welcome everybody. If you guys have any question regarding what you're seeing on your screen, feel free to interrupt me and address the question. At the end of the stream, we have a open discussions category, which we can talk about the David Tech side of things. Like if you guys have any suggestion, we could talk about crypto. Maybe like last week, we're going to see a huge pump. I'm optimistic at least, like we had last week. And yeah, without further talking, today's topics are going to be the January review prizes. So we are going to take a look at the summit which happened within the month of January and had time to incubate within the full month of February, and of course the 12 days as of now for March. And yeah, we pretty much built a chart of the best, let's say, but don't get sad or anything, guys. We pretty much respect everybody that has put maybe like 1 minute, at least a minute of work into optimizing. You are still getting access as of any backtester to every setting that you're going to see on the screen as well. So it's just like, I do believe that people which have put the most time together, I believe, to find better settings, let's say, should have like an extra motivation, let's say.
Can I ask
Next
something?
one, sure.
I see it's January review for prizes. Um, I'm not sure if I'm a mistake, but I thought it was the quarterly review today.
No, I did say last time that's going to be coming soon, the quarterly review, and this is going to happen at the end of this month or at the end or at the beginning of the future one. As of next week, I will let you guys know exactly which time is going to be.
What's the reason that is then delayed?
Because it's like 4 months of work to put together and standard out everything and so much more work to do as well. It's going to take a little while, so I guess for things to not mix within the release of the new elite backtesters, I think 99.9% is going to happen at the end of this month, which would be the exact date of 26th of March. 99% sure.
Thank you so much. I was expecting you can see it immediately on incubate.right, but I'm probably wrong with that.
There are some settings that happen within the dump quote unquote folder of Discord. And to make sure nobody is missed, we're going to revisit that dump again, see if any strategy is going to be moved from inactive to active. We were not ready, let's say, as of now, to kind of do like a huge review of 4 months altogether, and of course put set in stone the commission rates, the slippage, the leverage, the margin, and everything. That's going to take me a little while, so I think on 26th I should be ready. But the next week I'll give you guys the final date.
Great, good decision. Thank you very much.
No problem, no problem. I believe that's the right way to go. It's going to take a little time, but as long as it's correct and fair for everybody, that's the good decision. If you, David, would like to add something together, I think next 26 should be fine by me. You're on mute, David.
Yeah, sorry, no problem. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Vlad. This was the agreed date for, as always, for the the monthly review, and as soon as the quarterly is all put together. This quarter obviously is going to be a bit different because there was quite a few that weren't ready for Incubate.trade that we've been putting across. So, yeah, no excuses. It's just the way that it was planned on our side.
Is going to
Okay.
be, if I believe correctly, September, October, November, and December. So for December, we do have the full data. Previous to that, I will be more sure to recheck if everything is okay, at least with September and October.
It's very important indeed. I totally agree.
Awesome. Right. So back to it. Today we have again January review prices. We're going to see which strategies did the best, let's say, for the month of February and these few days of March as well. The new summits that happened within the last week, as of now. Uh, Next week we're going to check again the new March submissions. Coming soon, the quarterly review. 99% sure is going to happen on 26th of this month. And of course, the usual at the end, a short introduction for newcomers in case anybody here has no idea what's happening in this meeting, and the open discussions at the end. Right. Without further talking, the January winners. So let me just do a recap of it. Every setting that was submitted through the month of January and has been added to the Incubate.trade platform had an incubation period of the full month of February. And of course, these 12 days of March, from 1st of March until 12th of March. We couldn't do the January as well because it wouldn't be fair. Like, for example, some settings were submitted at the early January or maybe at the late of January, so they don't have time to develop. That's why I think it's fair to have like a full month, the month of February, and of course the few days of March as well. So here is pretty much the results that happen within the for the January, let's say, and of course being incubated the full month of March and the full month of February and the few days of March. We have the very best one, which did 35% net profit overall. One thing I should mention is that there are some fixed properties and settings. The properties were $10,000 as initial capital. That is not very important since it's fixed for everybody. We are again looking at percentages, not fixed numbers. The commission was 0.05. It's very how should I call it? It depends on the exchange that you're actually trading. Some people do have a commission of 0.01 if you're trading like maybe I can remember the very low exchange that has no algo trading, but still the fees are very low. Or maybe you're trading on Bybit or BigGet or 2Bit or whatever. As long as the fees are set in stone for everybody, it doesn't really matter because you would fix the fee on the all settings anyway, so pretty much it's all the same. What else? The slippage is zero for everybody because again the slippage is very is changing between each exchange. For example, on Bybit it's lower, on Biget it's higher. As long as it's fixed for everybody, it's not really an issue. One other thing is the margin size and the leverage. The margin size has been set in stone for 10%, like the margin of your account, and the leverage on 10x. Why we chose these numbers? We chose pretty much some numbers, firstly, to be exact for everybody. So there is no like 11 or 12 or 9 or something. No, it's one number for each and every of them. And why we haven't chose like a leverage of 1 or something like that is just because so we can see how it scales in the future. You are free to change if you're deciding to trade them live to do maybe 15 leverage if you're taking more risk, or maybe lower if you don't want to, and so on. Of course, the standard settings like to have the stop loss closer to the entry point than the liquidation line as well. The dynamic position was changed to manually as well, so it'd be fair for everybody. There is no double the size of the risk or something like that. So everything is pretty much standard. Now, back to the prizes and the winners. We have here the best overall net profit, which was 35% again for roughly 45 days, so the full month of February and the 12 days of March, which is amazing if you ask me. The second one, the second very best, was 32%, and the third very best was close to 30% as well. We do have again some setups as follows. Both month of February and March over 10%, which was this one over here by Kuba.js. I'm not sure if he is here, but I salute you, my friend. The next one was the rule, of course, to have February and March over 0, but then combined over 10%, which over here we can see 5 setups so far. And then the last but not least, 5 setups for just the 2 months to be over 0. So either it was 0 or it was profitable as well. One thing is that they had trades. That's mandatory. For example, if it wasn't inactive in both months, of course, we are not going to select those anyway. Here you have the profit in order from higher to lowest. Here we do have the profit percent per March, per February, and yeah, one important remark: to be sure, guys, to check for your password or link towards receiving your prizes before 18th of March or 1st of April. I'll do an everyone message after the session to remind everybody anyway. So yeah, congratulations everybody. Amazing work. Definitely you blew my expectations, but I already had big expectations because the group is very experienced. Yeah, I'm very happy for you guys. Thank you very much. It's not for me, it's for everybody. David, if you would like to add something else as well.
Just congratulations to everybody, and thank you for the humongous participation last month. Yeah, it's good to see so many people participating in the Elite backtesters. I'm doing my best on my side to promote it as much as I can to grow this side of the group. Yeah, congratulations to everybody. It's great.
Mm-hmm. If you guys would like to also check out the charts, I'll post them within Discord. So here we have the very best one. Here we have the second best one, and the third best one as well. And pretty much everybody from now on, it's not in order, just the 3 those. So yeah, I'll share the tab links, because recently Chrome has introduced you can share multiple links within one link, which is amazing. So you guys can check them. If not, you are free to check them within incubate.trade because they are already present there. Right. If you guys have any questions, if you guys think your setup did okay or even better that you have seen and I missed it, feel to DM me. We are all human. We are eligible for making mistakes. I'm pretty sure I've done none, but yeah, feel free to message me. I'll make things 100% right. There is no point of missing an opportunity if you guys have actually like won anything or something like that. Again, congratulations to you guys.
Yeah, congratulations. Very good.
Thanks, guys. Question. If I understand it correct, so we should now optimize with 10 leverage and 10% of portfolio. Is that correct?
No. What we've done is for the prizes that we've standardized all of the results as we discussed here before. What we've done is we moved them all over to 10x leverage. We also added, like you said, the liquidation line to anybody that didn't add it. We removed the dynamic position and dynamic leverage and set it to manual. All of those kind of things we've done so that there is more, so that it's slightly more harmonized and so it's more fair to everybody on all of those results. And that's the kind of thing that we discussed here last week and over the past couple of weeks. and it didn't destroy any strategies, because I said to last week that we will check that it doesn't just destroy the strategies. It didn't destroy any strategies. Obviously, some of the strategies had all of the strategies that had 100x leverage or whatever had less profit, but it made everything a lot more fair for the price at the end of the month. But
Yes.
there was none that were had humongous leverage. None of them had anything that was really like cheating anyway. It's not cheating, but you know what I mean. Like putting the
Yeah.
odds on their sides. Nobody
Since
really did that.
since I was the one who like manually went through everything, I should say like the biggest one was maybe margin size 10 and 20x leverage. So again, nothing
Yes,
humongous, nothing out of the ordinary. Just I believe that things that some people would actually really trade. Like again, it really depends on the type of trader that you are.
of course, yeah.
Yes, but also on position size, portfolio. Some people use 1%, and then they can use a bigger leverage, for example. Yeah, so that's different per person, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. The only
And
thing that
you,
would have
yeah, sorry, go
sorry.
on.
No, carry on, mate. No, carry on.
For the compounding, there is also an option.
Yes.
You choose to use compounding,
For the
or
moment, yes. In this one, we've
is that not
left
changed?
it at compounding. Next month, I will go through and test to see whether taking compounding off will destroy any potential good strategies. I will test it, but currently at the moment, compounding is left on. Yes.
Yes, because most people probably use compounding. But
Yeah.
I know, for example, Bavo, he's not using compounding.
Yeah.
So I don't know how strategies will be when you change that on both sides.
They're all things that we need to iron out as we go along, because obviously something that has a lot of trades may have compounded much more than something that doesn't, or even just a bigger stop loss or a bigger take profit could have compounded more before getting to the date of the spreadsheet. So they're the kind of things that we'll iron out and work on for each competition to make it perfect.
Okay. And the drawdown, is that taken into account?
There was a maximum of, I can't remember what the maximum drawdown we put in, Vlad. I think it was being 25, wasn't it? I think it was.
I think it
Probably
was
not.
the maximum I saw 25. But then again,
Yeah.
if you are trying to put set in stone a defined amount of leverage or position size or something like that, you're going then to experience different drawdowns. Like for example,
Sure.
some strategies would have a lower drawdown, or maybe some of them have highest. If you're going to optimize then by let's say maximum drawdown of 25, if you're going to play with the leverage, you could end up in doing like 80% leverage or something like that. So, or who knows, like 40 or something like that, which again,
Yep.
some of the people would not like to trade. So
Sure.
you have to choose of either setting stone the fixed rule of leverage, or set fixed in stone rule of maximum drawdown, one of two.
Yeah. We did some things that like all of them have been deep back tested. We took out several that where the deep back testing had a very high max drawdown. Also, we removed any strategies where they looked like they were completely overfitted to the market, current market where we are, because what did you say, Vlad? They had to be profitable and reliable. Something
Exactly.
that was there was plenty of them were profitable, but if we go into another bear market or just a retracement or whatever, they would just completely fail. So we removed all of those bots before we actually did this sort of presentation today, or the end results as such.
Yeah, no, good to know, because I was currently checking the two winners from the free.
Yes.
And one is,
Yep.
for example, having a max drawdown from 30, and one is having, for example, 18. So
Okay.
that's almost double. I was curious.
The reason the problem behind that is because we've changed the settings. Because we changed the settings from things like obviously the leverage would have made a difference. So putting a more reasonable leverage would have probably decreased the max drawdown, and also removing dynamic portfolio size as well would have maybe reduced the max drawdown.
Do you mean that? Do you mean that all settings on Incubate now are changed to so they not use
No,
dynamic
not at
leverage
all. We're
and
not changing
okay.
Incubate.trade. Incubate.trade.
Yeah.
Incubate.trade is a reference. It's the strategies that you sent to us as you've sent them to us. If somebody wants to re-optimize them and resend them to us, there's no problem whatsoever in that. The idea behind Incubate.trade is we're forward testing the settings that you've sent to us as they are, and not for us to go and re-optimize each and every one of them. Otherwise, they just become David's sort of inspired by somebody else's settings. They are your settings. If you're interested by settings that you find on Incubate.trade, but they're not adapted to your leverage, it's over to you to play with them and change the leverage at that point.
But how do you then compare it for yourself, for the winners, for example, for this competition? Because you can only see them currently on Incubate with the settings used by the members. That is, for example, 80% of portfolio and maybe 30% leverage. So you need to download and copy them all to set them with 10x and 10% of portfolio.
Vlad's going to be sharing the charts. The winners will be either re-added onto with these settings into the editor's pick. And like Vlad said, that he's going to share a tab with everybody, so they've got all of the setups, so you can find the setups easily, copy them easily, and add it to editor's pick.
So I think I do not understand it. So you mean you going to Incubate and copy them all and change them for yourself, so you see how they perform? Because else it's impossible for you to see how they perform with 10x. Or am I wrong?
We've gone through one by one manually and changed them to see before today.
Wow.
I've added them to Incubate. Sorry?
That's a lot of work.
Luckily, I have Vlad and William that have been working on it in the background, adding them and changing them. It's not a lot of work for me. So I just
Thanks,
asked
David.
them to do it, and they managed to do it. No problem. So it had to be done because of the conversations that we had here. It was something that was important that we harmonized the results before making, because obviously a trading strategy that has maybe 3 wins in a row on 100x leverage is obviously going to destroy a more stable trading strategy that had leverage at 10x, but still had 3 or 4 wins in a row. So we had to find some harmony to be able to to decide the winners of the competition, and that's kind of what we've been talking about in this room for like the past 3 or 4 weeks, if maybe not longer. And we've just implemented it little by little. Incubate.trade has unlimited slots. If you guys would like me to add those 10 charts to Incubate.trade with the settings from what Vlad has been doing, there's no problem with that whatsoever. I can do that, no problem. I will just add them into the editor's pick or something like that, so you can distinguish the difference between the ones that we've modified and the ones that were submitted to us.
Will it not be easier to immediately copy it with the right settings for you to another Incubate website or group? Saves a lot of manual work.
Yeah, we can.
When we submit them, you have them, and then you can upload one in general and one for elite and change it immediately to 10x. That saves so much time. Then you can immediately see, okay, with the current settings, for the competition, for example,
yep,
how everybody performs.
So you're saying for me to make a second website with just those settings
Yeah,
on?
no, not a second website, but eventually another tab
Yeah.
with settings according to the rules.
Sure, that can be
Uh,
done, no problem whatsoever.
it's
It's
much
very much like
easier.
the
That then saves. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Go on.
no, it's very much like the editor's pick that I was designing. I
Exactly.
can certainly add another tab.
Yeah.
Uh, and from our side, I haven't got much to show you today, but I will probably do another live stream during the week because I've been working quite hard on the search engine and the filter options. So you'll be able to filter a lot more as of Friday this week. You'll be able to filter and search a lot more. I've gone complete for tab frenzy. There's absolutely tons of columns now, so you can go through all of those columns and be able to search them and find them easier.
Also sorting.
Sorting is a crazy number of columns, crazy number of things that you can all remove and add as you wish. And sorting's all fixed and working now. Well, it's being fixed and working and will be ready for Friday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much.
Back over to you, Vlad. Sorry, mate.
No problem. Right. If you guys don't have any other questions regarding the winners or how we actually charted the very best ones, I think I was pretty explicit. But if you guys have any other questions or actually suggestions, if you don't believe that these numbers, like for example, over zero, or maybe 10% or so on, should be higher or lower, or any suggestion, feel free to let me know in this today's conversation within my DMs. My DMs are always open. If not, I would like to also change my screen so I could actually show you guys the new March summit so far. It would be a lot harder for me to have everything within one one Chrome tab, so a set of tabs. And let me just change my screen really quickly. Okay, this one. Uh, change Windows to this one. Can you guys see my screen with the updated one? There is a trading view chart.
We can
Yes, we
indeed.
can.
Yes.
Awesome. So here we have, so again, these settings have been submitted to me from 5th of March all until today, like an hour and a half ago or something like that. The first one is an active one, which was submitted to me like in between this period over here. And we have over here one loss and one win. It's a strategy on 15 minutes on Bitcoin. It's the silent surge, one of our newest, I should say, strategies. The net profit is 77%, total close trades 136. That's great to have a 15-minute strategy with over 100 trades. The win rate is above 40%. Definitely expect a couple losses within the one-to-one, like one win, one loss, maybe here and there one extra loss as well. But as long as we are winning more than we're actually losing, like for example here, the take profit is a lot higher than the distance from the stop loss to the entry point. It's not a problem. The maximum drawdown of 12.9, you can definitely increase that, lower that by playing with the leverage. On to the next one, an inactive one. It was submitted to me within this period over here. It's on 1 hour on Ethereum. The dead zone, one of our most popular, I should say, strategies. Net profit of 838%, total close trades 150, a respectable amount, I should imagine, for a 1 hour strategy. Win rate, which is the percentage profitable, 46%, getting really close to that 1-to-1 ratio. And maximum drawdown of 38%, a little high, but again, you can reduce that by reducing a little bit of the profit as well. On to the next one, which is an active one. It was submitted to me, I believe, in this period over here, or even like before that, like over here. It's on Rune on 30 minutes, 289% net profit, total close trades 238, which is an okay amount considering it's on 30 minutes. Definitely a great one. Win rate over 50%, it's 56. So here and there you'll get an extra win of the one win, one loss aspect, and the maximum drawdown of 26%. The equity curve doesn't look so great, so yeah, definitely would put it into incubation and see how it goes within different trends of the market as well. I'm not entirely sure what happened, for example, from here to the market. Maybe it's very depending on the trend of the market. Maybe it's very depending on some indicator on a higher time frame. Yeah, it really depends. It needs some more studying to better understand this equity curve. On to the next one, on 2 hours, on Rune again, Super FD, the combination of two of our most not really profitable but most popular strategies as well. Net profit just below 500%, total close trades 263. Considering it's on 2 hours, maybe should have been a little higher, but still, if it works, it works. The equity curve looks on right. Maybe again check what happened from here to here. Maybe the market was sideways, or something happened to the Bitcoin, something happened on the daily time frame. Like, that's something to study later on. Win rate getting really close to that 66% when you're actually getting 2 wins and 1 loss. Right now is 63%, and the maximum drawdown of just above 20%. A respectable amount, I should imagine. If you want a higher or lower one, you know what to do. You need to reduce that leverage amount or the margin put together, but I should say that leverage is a smarter choice, and you're going to sacrifice a little bit of profit as well. On to the next one, on Rune again. An active one was submitted to me like in between this period over here. Had 2 wins in the meantime. On 30 minutes, net profit 338%. Total close trades 442. That's a great amount considering it's not multiple take profit as well. Definitely a great one. You can definitely try and optimize it a little bit better so you can have a maximum drawdown reduced as well. Yeah, very great looking strategy. Definitely expecting this one to do great in the future. The win rate is 51%, so definitely the margin of winning one, losing one, and again the maximum drawdown of close to 23%. Awesome, so far so good. On to the next one, an inactive one. It was submitted to me within this period over here, within this trade. So we didn't had one trade triggered after it was submitted to me, and it didn't either close since it was submitted to me. So yeah, until now it's inactive. If this trade is going to be a loss, it's definitely going to stay as inactive as of my opinion, at least my opinion. This strategy is on Bitcoin on 30 minutes, net profit 44, very close to 44%, total close trades of 149, win rate 61%, pretty close to the 66% win rate, and the maximum drawdown of just above 7%. Looking great. The equity curve, maybe again take a look what happened from here to here and also here to here, if you can see any correlation to these two zones over here, so you can maybe filter them out or maybe pause the strategy if they cannot be filtered out. Yeah, definitely homework for you guys, the elite backtesters. On to the next one, getting really close to the end. An inactive one as well, one submitted to me between this trade over here on 30 minutes on Bitcoin. Net profit 39%, total close trade 68, pretty low amount. Win rate 63%, and the maximum drawdown of 6%. You can definitely risk a little bit more by increasing the maximum drawdown, and you're also going to win a little bit more profit as well. The next one, which is an inactive one, on 1 hour on Bitcoin, net profit 100,000. Sorry, 11,000 net profit. I was looking at something else. Really sorry, guys. Total close trades 244. On 1 hour, it's a respectable amount. Could be a little more, but if it works, it works. The win rate is 52%, the profit factor 2.3, in case you're interested about that as well. Me personally, I don't take a look at profit factor, the equity curve, the maximum drawdown, the win rate, the total close trades, and the net profit maybe in that order, I can say for sure are the most important factor for me. Also, this table over here speaks to me a lot, like what to expect in the future. Like, for example, the 3 months in a row of losing. If there is going to be another one, like 4 months in a row losing, I definitely have some question marks regarding the reliability of any strategy if that were to happen, and so more. So for me, profit factor is not the biggest deal ever. Equity curve looks very healthy. Mm, yeah, not worth like taking a look what happened from here to here, why was that flat. It's just the compounding effect that really takes a little bit of time to scale up. But yeah, overall, really good looking strategy. On to the next one and the very final one, which is an active one. It had 2 trades, these 2 over here, since it was submitted to me on Rune on 15 minutes, 1,456% net profit, total close trades of 223, which is a good amount for a 15-minute strategy, definitely in a higher tier of number, I should say. The win rate is also looking great, close to 55%, and the maximum drawdown of 28, close to 29%. You can definitely reduce that if you want to. You're going to also lose a little bit of profit as well. So yeah, here are the let's say the new summits as of this month of March that happened in the last 7 days. Feel free to start submitting, guys, to upkeep your rank as an elite backtester for April as well. Let me just add up the presentation tab to the current one. Okay, you should definitely see my presentation now. So yeah, pretty much done with the new March summit so far. If you don't see your setup, guys, feel free to message me. It might be skipped. It might be something like I had a couple submits which have their shareable function off. So make sure you do turn that on. Also, be sure to check with me in the private after you've done that, so you can get your strategy shown as of next week. Cool. So next week we're going to have the new March summits, which happened from today, like 1.5 or 2 hours ago, up until next week. I'm going to announce whenever I close the summits that are going to be shown in next week presentation. And soon, which 99% surely is going to happen on 26th of March, is going to be a quarterly review. We're going to take the settings from September, October, November, and December and chart them like we did for January and December and so on in the past. And yeah, definitely expecting to be working good. Cool. If you guys don't have any other question regarding what you have seen so far, I'm going to do a short introduction towards the elite backtesters in case anybody here has no idea pretty much of what I'm talking about. I'm also going to check the questions from general chat, from the chat inside the conversation as well. Feel free to take the mic and ask the question until I check the chat. So let's see, why don't you show the deep backtest? It's more like time consuming. It's going to be twice as much time if I'm going to take a look at the deep backtest for everybody. It's going to take a while for it to load. You can definitely do that as an elite backtester within the incubator trade. I think you can do it as a recruit as well to see how they perform within backtesting and deep backtesting as well. It's more like for it to not go for over like 2 hours or something like that of just reviewing some charts. Nothing else. I'll be more than happy to do it for 2 hours, but I think it's going to be a little boring at some point. One question I like to start backtesting finally. What start to start with? To give you a best advice, I can't just simply name you a strategy. One thing you could do is take, for example, some settings that are already present within Discord. Like, for example, within the premium free backtesting, you can see people asking for others to check their settings, but make sure you do give credits towards the original user who submitted the settings. Another cool advice I could give you is to take David's settings from YouTube. and start to optimize on your own. Make sure you give credits to David. I'm joking, and there is no need for those settings. Those are more like base settings anyway. Another advice I could give you is to start with very popular strategies. I'm not sure why exactly I have so many more summits with a dead zone. Maybe it's an easier strategy to optimize. I can't say for certain. For me, all of them are pretty much the same, but feel free to start if you want to take a look at the most popular ones. Would be the trend who, the dead zone, and yeah, you can definitely start out of these two. Just wonder if there's a list
Some
of what's
time
already been
frames.
done. Sorry,
Time
David?
frames and coins. Time frames and coins. The easier ones to get start with are obviously the BTC Ethereums of the world, and
Above
on a
15
higher
minutes.
time frame from 1 hour to yeah, don't go too low down, because problem when you go into a really low time frame is that they take a huge amount of time to backtest on deep backtesting. So you best to be 1 hour and above as you're only just starting.
For me, myself, I would not go lower than 15 minutes as a beginner.
No, definitely not. Yeah,
It tends to be very hard on 5 minutes, for example, when you're also checking with a deep backtester as well. You're going to see a lot of frustration if you're going to find, for example, on the normal backtester some really great settings, but then when you load up the deep backtest, you're going to see it's actually close to 99% maximum drawdown. So yeah, just don't like don't have like really bad expectations or something like that in the future. I would definitely try from 15 minutes and above.
Yeah.
No problem if you don't have any mic. Feel free to write in the chat. We are checking the chats as well. The general chat. Nothing new, I should say.
All of the winners, once again, congratulations to you. I've just posted the form that you have to fill out to get your prizes.
Is it 18th or this month, David, or last day of this month?
It's the price. It'd be preferable if people could send them before the 18th. I do payments on the 18th and at the end of the month. That way, I've got 2 days where I have to cry. No, I'm joking. Yeah, so I do them on the 18th and at the end of the month. It just means that I can stay a bit organised. So if you do it before the 18th, you'll get paid on the 18th, and if you do it afterwards, you get at the end of the month.
Awesome.
Congratulations to everyone. There's the form for everybody. Indeed, I prefer 30 minutes or higher to the 2 hour. Yeah, when you go higher than the 2 hour, unfortunately, the problem is getting the number of trades. 30 minutes, 30 minutes. Yeah, I agree. Marco is you could. The problem with lower than the 30 minutes is just the time that it takes. And like Vlad said, as soon as you go onto a deep back test, you'll find like 95% of the results will give you really bad drawdowns and things like that. So at least with the 1 hour and the 30 minutes, they load fast enough and you get enough trades.
Exactly, and also for a low time frame, you're getting too much data to backtest,
Yep.
and on a
Yep.
too high time frame, you're getting too low of a data, like the least data.
Yep.
Like you would get, like for example, on a daily, you could get like, let's say if it's a year of backtesting data, maybe like 360 candles. If you're using like a 200 EMA, there you go. You'd have like 100 and something candles worth of data that you can start with, and yeah, you see what I mean.
Yeah, totally.
Nice question.
Yeah.
Sure.
Can we pin the message with the submit form to
Sure, good
submit
idea.
strategies?
Yeah, submit strategies. I'll put it into
We do
general.
have the elite backtester room, which is going to get reviewed, I think, tomorrow or this evening anyway, and you guys will see all the links to get access for incubator trade, for the prizes, for what else is there? Even I don't remember all the links. That's a good
We'll put all of
example,
them in the
right?
pin messages. Good idea. You also
Thanks.
asked about Marco. You just sent me a message. You're quite welcome to ask in the live stream as well. No problem.
Okay, thanks.
Yes. I'll jump into the question if that's all right with you, Marco. Marco was asking about Kraken. We were trying to plan to do some optimizations for exchanges, starting with Kraken. If anybody's interested in signing up for Kraken, they've kindly offered us a prize to give away for elite backtesters if we get enough people to optimize for the Kraken exchange. Unfortunately, at the moment, there isn't enough people. If we get enough people to sign up, I'll pin the message with the sign up link. If we get enough people, they will finance a competition for us to optimize a Kraken strategy. Which means more prizes, which is cool for everybody. Fortunately, the first one we did, we only got 3 people signed up, so they weren't happy with that as a result. But we'll quite happily speak to them again afterwards.
David,
Yeah.
can you help eventually people that want to do a Palau ID so they can approve with only the digital version instead of the physical card?
Now I know that I think that Bybit no longer accept just the printed, like you said, the digital version. I've had quite a few messages from people as well. I'll quite happily forward messages to the Bybit team if it's for Bybit. Yeah, it's got to be for Bybit, I guess. But I honestly don't think they accept the digital version at the moment. I think it was just because of when the UK left, there was just so many.
Yeah, because I know indeed they want the physical card, but maybe you can do something with your contacts so we can be approved, because currently waiting times are 3-4 weeks before they send the physical cards. And then we have to wait also for the time it takes for delivery. So that can take 5 weeks or more. And the question is then if they still accept the Palau ID.
Sure, I'll certainly send them a message. If anybody wants me to forward your names or your UUIDs, I will happily send the message to the people on my side. I can't promise anything. When I signed up, I think it was I signed up for Palo right at the very, very beginning, just before the UK left, and was lucky that for Bybit was still accepting the digital version. But I do know that now they seem to be refusing all of them. But I'll happily forward the message, no problem.
Yes, that's what I really need, because else I buy it. But yeah, when I have to wait 5-6 weeks before arrival, then they maybe change rules and no longer accept like Binance and a lot of other exchanges.
Yes. Yeah. Like I said, I'll happily forward it. I'll forward the question to them. I'll forward anybody's UUIDs to see if I've got any power to push. I can't promise anything, but I certainly will ask them for you. No problem.
Yeah, can you eventually ask that in advance before we eventually buy them?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I'll ask the question today. My contact is currently on a couple of days break. He'll be back. I think it's Thursday. I think this week. So I'll send a message today. I should expect we'll get a reply back by Thursday. Hopefully Thursday, Friday.
That'll be great. Thanks.
Okay, no problem.
Other question. Can you or William give an update about the Kraken trick or trade version? Is it already working?
It's currently in beta. Like I said, Kraken. We're still in discussions with after they only got 3 signups from the group. We're still building on the back end of it. William, have you got any updates that you want to add to it? Or I know that Mexi has also contacted us and asked if we could integrate as well. I think it's Mexi, isn't it, Will?
Yeah, Mexi, but no, BitMEX, sorry.
BitMEX, and Mexi haven't got an API, unfortunately. Otherwise, we would have.
They've only got spot trading. That's it. So
yeah,
currently,
which is a shame because their taker fee is 0.01.
That's good. But they're not
Yes.
on TradingView?
Being tested correctly. We're currently implementing inverse onto it for inverse trading. Like David said, is that we're just waiting on getting a reply back from them, because I also sent a message also for their charts to be able to see if they're going to update their charts on TradingView as well for that part.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Kraken, for Kraken, we submitted to be beta tester, but I personally haven't heard a message about it yet. Is that correct? That we have to wait?
Let me check for you now, Marco.
Yeah, unfortunately, just while William's having a look, Mexi, you can only trade via through Spot on their API. So we were going to integrate them, but they don't have an API for futures, unfortunately. So it's 0.01 take a fee.
Are they not planning to create it?
No, we spoke to them. No, they had it a long while ago. There's a couple of algo traders on YouTube that have spoken about them, and I think that they're the take a fee of 0.01 for the servers, the infrastructure, and all of that would not be probably enough for them to put all of that in place. There's lots of theories going out there that they wouldn't make any money and things like that, but they've said that they are not going to be. They're not going to be reinstituting the API for futures trading. So you can manually trade. Sorry?
No, go ahead.
I said that
I didn't say something important. So you can talk.
Sorry, I've just seen the messages as well. So let me have a look after the stream, Marco, because it's on my other computer, which is recording at the moment onto YouTube. So I just want to try and keep the quality as best as possible on there, and I'll have a look after the stream for you. Okay.
Yes, no problem, mate. Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. Sorry. As far as Tariq is concerned, I've been speaking to 2bit during the stream at the moment. They're having a look into what your issue is at the moment, Tariq. And Serena from 2bit is going to be joining our Discord group this week with her tech support team to be able to get on to the issue with the API that you're having. They did have a maintenance on their old server API because the volumes of subscribe ups of inscription, have doubled. So now they're upgrading all of their servers at the moment.
Perfect. Awesome. So guys, let me just do like a short introduction towards the group, and we can definitely continue with the free speech, free discussions tag. So in case you have no idea what the elite backtesters are, it's a group started by the community for the community. We are optimizing the David scripts, and not only with the help of Botify, you can basically throw some indicators which are friendly coded, and you can basically backtest pretty much everything as long as the strategies do not print like, I don't know, boxes that are moving or something like that. So tags, fixed lines, everything is perfect so far. The main goal of the group within one sentence would be to have one script being optimized on 5 time frames by 100 people who spend together 278 hours optimizing, which would equal to 100 million possible great setups. So no more wasting time. Join now. You get exclusive access to the project, and of course prizes at the beginning of each month of more than $1,000, which are possible by the Elite Plus subscribers. Thank you very much, guys, and also David as well. Thank you very much again. Yeah, pretty much open discussions. If you guys have any suggestion, anything else that you wish to talk about, the scripts, incubate that trade, trigger that trade, William is also here. Open mics, and also we are checking the chats as well. Or David, if you wish to take the mic and speak from now on.
No problem. Just one thing that I'd add is that I do get a lot of people asking how much it costs to become part of the elite backtesters. It is at no extra cost. You can just go into the Elite room inside a Discord, press a button, enter your email address and your username, I think it is. And as soon as you've done that, you become an Elite recruit. And if you participate by sharing your optimization results, you get access to everybody else's and part of the Incubate.trade. So it's a collaborative effort to find the best services, the best setups. Echo. Somebody just said just said echo. I'm not sure why.
We cannot hear you, Andre. Just saying.
Yeah.
I hear no echo.
No, I hear no echo either. Okay, anyway, so yeah, it's free. If anybody wants to, free, it's part of the David Tech community. If you want to join, just go into the Elite Backtesters tab inside of Discord, press the green button, fill out your email address, and that's it. That's all you have to do, and just start participating. You hear sound twice.
You maybe because you also have the YouTube running on the background as well.
Here it's also good.
Thanks, William. William just posted the Elite Backtesters. Yeah, maybe logging in and out may help you. And that was it. So yeah, that's it. Unless anybody's got any questions. As for Incubate.trade, I will jump in sometime at the end of the week this week into the live stream as well. I'll let everybody know when. Before it'll be at the same sort of time of the day, just to go through the search engine that I've been building and the filter options. I've added lots more stats. Thanks again to Marco, who continually sends me ideas for stats and things like that. Multiple take profit has been a bit of a headache for me because of the way that TradingView calculates them. As each one of those profits is a new trade, which is absolutely horrible to calculate, especially as I don't have like the initial values and things like that. So I have actually added a exclamation mark next to the live CNR percentage for any ones that have detected as multiple take profits. So do be careful of that. And then at the side, I've added a stat which is called net profit difference in percentage, and that is literally taking the incubation period. Taking away the backtesting period from the incubation period, so that you have a percentage to compare against the one that is your cumulative returns.
We cannot see your screen, David, if you're already sharing.
No, I wasn't sharing the screen. It's not a problem.
Okay.
I haven't got anything really to share today, to be honest. It's just a couple of extra columns that you'll be able to find on Incubate.trade. Yeah. And that's it. I will be back in.
David, can you give an update about the feature for risk per trade? Did you fix that?
The risk per trade. Is this in Incubate.trade?
No.
It
was related to Incubate, related to the boilerplate.
The boilerplate. Okay, so the boilerplate I've been updating in the background. I didn't work on it this weekend, but I have been updating it in the background. My big priority is to get an update to the optimizer before the end of this month, and then at the end of the month also to have the boilerplate ready for updating. I've put a lot of work into Incubate.trade. I've got Rudy now doing optimizer, and then we've got Rudy and another guy also doing the integration of Kraken and things like that for anybody who may no longer have access to Bybit. So that's the priorities for this month. When I update the boilerplate, the risk based will have a new option underneath it, which will have a different algorithm for it, which will fix that problem.
Okay, so then we can enter number one to risk only 1% per trade?
Absolutely. It's 1% fixed amount.
Okay, and is that then also working with ATR?
ATR, whether you're using ATR or Keltner channel, whatever you're using as your stop loss, it calculates 1% of equity to be 1% of whatever algorithm you decide to use to whether it's 20% of your portfolio or whatever. It's 1% fixed.
That will really be great.
Yes,
maybe good to test first with only one strategy for updating
absolutely.
all.
That absolutely. Anybody in the beta test room or the elite backtesters, I'll put a couple of links in there so you can test away all of the new features before I release all of them.
Yeah, good to do. One of the popular strategies from Incubate, for example. So we all can test that first.
Absolutely. Yeah, I will
see
do
how that will
problem.
work. Yes. Okay,
yeah,
great.
Totally.
The properties then will also work for indices and forex that you expect.
I haven't made any real changes yet to the boilerplate, but I do have big plans before releasing it for it to all work properly. Me, Vlad, and William have been talking about including forex inside of the elite backtesters and getting more and more setups for forex onto Incubate and things like that as well.
Yes, it will be great. Till now we don't submit them, but you have already probably around 10 settings. 5 for me. If not,
we went through two. Two were submitted this month. I think there was in total this month.
Okay.
Maybe there's some.
Okay.
Before,
yeah. So you keep them all from last month.
They're all saved. Yes, they're all saved. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
They're incubating in the background. We know what date they're in and all of that kind of thing.
Nice. And how's the knowledge currently from Rudy with the optimizer?
Rudy's had a couple of problems so Friday with it was problems because he helps also with Kraken and things like that. So it is getting done. It is being updated, but not as fast as I would like. But hopefully this week he'll be able to spend the whole of this week doing the optimizer. And I hope that there'll be a couple of updates before the end of this month for the optimizer. But yeah, we're still a small team. So unfortunately, when things like very much like when Bybit left the Netherlands, we jumped onto building Kraken, and unfortunately, as being a small team, it took a bit of time off of the optimizer.
But also strange that only 3 people submitted.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame because those 3 people jumped on it very, very quickly. So we were all quiet. We thought, oh, okay, we'll get it done as quick as possible, and then nobody else signed up. But it's for future. There'll be more people in the future. I think it was more Kraken that was surprised more than us.
Yeah, I'm also surprised. But yeah, will Europe get this problem? In the West Europe will get this problem.
Yes, yeah, we'll all get it. Yeah.
Curious what will happen over a few months.
Yes, me too, mate. Me too. I mean, we ain't gonna all be able to go to Palo.
Yeah, and you have now talks with Kraken. What's their expectation according to trading perpetuals?
Kraken have offered also to come in and talk with us as a group. I can get them in to come and talk and answer all your questions. I think it'd be best if they answered those kind of questions. I think that they feel as though, as they're more regimented than others, that their future is bright. But so do 2-Bit as well, and people like that, because they don't request the KYC and things like that. So I think it'd probably be best if they come in and answer those questions directly. To be honest, Marco, I'll happily get them in. 2-Bit is dying to get in. Kraken would happily get in and talk. If people would like the exchanges to come in and talk to us, I certainly can organise that as well.
When they are on TradingView, then it's a good decision.
Yes.
If they're not on TradingView, then
It does
I have
make
no
sense.
interest. Yeah.
I totally agree. Totally agree. Yeah, it's.
Mhm.
Well, I think
Do
they
you?
have plans.
Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you or William know if they Kraken supports MetaTrader? Because I saw only some small information about it with working together with another company, and I
Yeah, I don't
really don't
think
like
so.
super accounts. Um,
No.
so when I start trading with them, then I prefer MetaTrader.
To be
Kraken at this time
100%
don't
honest,
have an actual MetaTrader service. They have
That's
affiliate links, which you can do, like you said, with sub accounts and APIs, which are recognized from other services, which transfer over to Kraken to transfer your funds over to them, but they don't have an actual MetaTrader platform. But also
and
your fees increase on that part as well.
Yeah, and sub accounts, then you have to ask each time permission, if I'm right.
Yep. Yeah, totally on that part. You have to ask permission, you have to request an access from Kraken and send them an email as well for it. And then also they send you an affiliate link so you can sign up so your accounts are valid onto an MT4 or MT5 account. And also after that, when you transfer your funds, your taker fees are taken up as well instead of 0.04, depending on what VIP account or what status you got on there. They had another 0.03 as fees extra.
They make it not easy.
yeah. I was just looking. Yeah, I can't find anything either.
Are you not afraid over a 1 year that you can't trade no longer on Bybit when your card expires?
For Pano.
Yeah.
Personally, I took the longer date. I've got I got it validated and then directly. I requested the longer one for 5 years. I think it's 5 years. I am worried. Yeah, without a doubt.
I thought you said next time to do 5 years instead of 1.
Yes, but I got mine validated directly by. I said I'll wait and to make sure it goes through Bybit, and I got it through Bybit with the digital version, and then realised that it was something that I needed to continue trading, and a bit like a domain name, if you lose it, it's very hard to get it back. So I decided to invest in that for investing in my future. I do believe that also, like you said, they're getting harder and harder with the rules, even with that. Maybe that it might not work in like you said, like with Binance and things like that. Maybe it won't work in the next couple of years or year. I do worry. I worry about anybody that in the future for crypto. I think that things are going to change immensely. I personally think that we need to also look at Forex and things like that, like you keep saying, Marco. And I'm building things towards Forex. We all need to move to Belarus, but yes, it certainly is going to change. When I went to Singapore, a lot of the traders out of there were all saying the same sort of things, that this year will be the year that a lot of things change. And I think it is. It's true.
Yes. All countries
we've got
will follow. Mika. So they have to change.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and I don't know why some countries are fast with that and some not so fast.
So fast, yeah.
I don't know why. It's really strange that the UK and the Netherlands are probably the only countries. I'm not sure, but
I think so. Yeah, I think so. The France, we certainly can pretty much do what we want. But when I went to, like I said, when I went to Singapore, there was a couple of French people out there, and I think that they felt when talking to their advisors from Bybit that France will be one of the next countries as well. So I think they're all going to follow. Well, they have to.
I
I
know.
mean, they have to follow through MiCA anyway.
Maybe other options like Estonia are better than Palau. Most people give
A
attention
lot of people go to
currently at
Estonia.
Palau,
Yes.
but I'm not sure if those countries are good to use. But they have also such options, if I'm right.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I know a couple of people that have also. I think they're a lot more expensive though, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
think so.
I see not much information. Most information is about Palau.
No, I saw when I was looking at it, I saw Estonia as well, and I think that they're like 10 times the price, if I remember rightly.
Yeah. Wow.
I think so. I think so. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, Palau's only 248 for 1
Yes,
year.
yeah.
But yeah, a
That
lot
was
of
one of
people
the
will not do
reasons that
that.
I decided to go for a 5-year as well, was just the wait
Yeah.
time, and their website was kind of on a pause for a long time as well. So yeah, well, actually, that was afterwards the pause after I bought it. But yeah,
Yeah, but they're, if I'm right, currently very busy to add also a physical address to the digital ID.
yes,
Because
physical
a lot
address,
of
and they're also looking. I
yes,
think, obviously, I don't know, but they're also looking to be able to open businesses out there. But I'm not 100% sure.
about
Just
that,
things
I'm
I've
not
read.
sure. Indeed, I was searching through their Discord yesterday and saw indeed
Yeah.
that they're busy with addresses.
And I said that you
But
can open in Latvia a company. Okay.
can be a good option. If you have a link,
Yeah.
Andre, will be great. Danke bitte.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes, okay. Other questions, guys?
Yeah, it's hard old world to be crypto traders nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah. Then we will focus on Forex. We discussed it a lot.
Yes, yeah. I just need to adapt the strategies a bit better. The some of the settings, those 10 settings that we've had sent to us, look pretty. They look crypto world. I mean, they look pretty amazing, to be honest. So I was pretty surprised. So yeah, we definitely need to. I mean, we certainly wouldn't have the same sort of problems.
Yes, I think most are allowed and no problems indeed.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have to look if we can get similar profits like we can get with crypto.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then we immediately need to start.
Yes, because prop firms seem to be becoming a thing of the past. I'm not sure if they are, but there certainly seems to be a lot of scandals going on at the moment inside of the well-known prop firms.
Sure.
Well, FTMF are banning people, I think it
FTMO.
is. Yeah, FTMO, sorry.
I'm not reading
FTMO
it.
right next to it.
Each day watching a lot of videos and following Blue Edge. I
Yes.
mentioned a few times. And while
Yeah.
scrolling each day through their Discord channel, I see so many people pass pro firms. Yeah, there are many companies, and some are probably really bad. But yeah, I see each day also a lot of success stories. So yeah, I still have big expectations. Some of the guys from our community are already testing and
Yes.
are running some prop firms. Some do demos currently with success. Yeah, so I really need to start soon. But I also see less prop firms are accepting MT4, MT5. And I'm really going to do some. But question is if I need to use MetaTrader or watching two other options like DXTrade, if I'm right.
Okay.
MatchTrader, there are a few others. And it looks like they are declining with accepting MetaTrader.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I've seen a lot of in the algo world of people getting banned for from prop firms. I spoke to somebody a while ago about it, and he reckons he worked for prop firms, and he reckons it's because a lot of prop firms work on the fee and don't really actually take any trades. It's
Correct.
just a question of one.
All prop firms are doing that.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I didn't want to generalize, but that's what he said as well.
Yeah,
So
it's true. When you dive into it, then you know that.
yes.
And we all know they live from the fees. A very small percentage plus.
Yeah.
So most people probably take too much risk. So you have to know the rules, and I still expect that it can be a success. Please watch the videos I mentioned a few times.
I have, yes. I've been watching them all over the weekend. Thank you very much. Yeah. The prop
They
firm passing
also
and
have
all
a
of that.
challenge.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a nice challenge. Each week read results. It's looking great.
Yeah, I spent my weekend, like you know, I had a weekend a bit of away, and I've been watching Blue and a couple of the other ones that you sent me, and yeah, it looks really interesting. I kind of kept away from because I knew about this reputation and things like that. And the person that I said know that works for prop firms said that as soon as too many traders start winning, and that's why they don't like algo traders, is because they literally close the prop firm and then rename it and reopen it, and that's their business model, which kind of sucks.
But I spoke also with your brother, and they can't see if we are an algo trader when we are using, for example, MetaTrader.
Okay.
So that have to be no reason. What they don't like is that several people do use the exact strategies.
Yes, yeah. Yes,
and that's a problem. You shared last week or 2 weeks ago also a video from Petco, if I'm right.
Yes, and they're all using the same strategy. Yeah.
Yes, he's using a lot of expert advisors.
Yes.
And he received a lot of payouts. But he mentioned in one of his videos that he didn't get a payout and was banned, or I don't know how he mentioned, but it was due to an expert advisor that a lot of people are using, and that's what they do not allow. That's easy to detect, and Blue Edge has some functions in their expert advisors built in, like a delay and other options. So it will be more difficult for prop firms to see. To detect. Yes, correct.
Okay, that's cool. I didn't realize that. That's cool.
So that's maybe when we focus a bit more in the future on prop firms, it's good to look. Okay, what can we do so people do not see that we use, for example, the same settings.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one thing that's cool about Incubate.trade is we do have so many different settings. This is one thing that's cool, I think, about Blue as well. They seem to have quite a few strategies. I mean, it's a huge list of strategies.
A lot. Yeah. They have the leaderboards for passing, for several prop firms, FTMO and 5-6 others. So you can see the recency score, if they how they passed last week's overall, and all people that are optimizing, all settings are automatically uploaded to the leaderboard.
Okay. Yeah, no, it looks really cool. It's a cool project, and would love to kind of expand David Tech out to do that kind of thing as well, because I get the will this trading strategy pass the prop firm challenge is something easy that we can build. So it certainly would be something that we can do in the future. Love to.
Yeah, and those guys are optimizing most often only for 1 year, last year, and focus only on the recent scores, the recency scores. So which strategy passed last week's, doing each week prop firms challenges, So it can be that they only perform for a few weeks. But yeah, doesn't matter for them because they then passed. And personally, I prefer to keep the prop firm accounts for a lot of months. For them, it doesn't matter because when passing and make only a few profits, then the risk reward ratio is like 1 to 5. So they pay €500 for 100k account, but they get 2,500 back.
The strategy. It's a strategy.
Yeah, that's the strategy. Only passing, get some money, and doesn't matter if they lose their account. Do it each week, so they have a really good risk reward ratio.
Yeah, that's a great idea. It's a great strategy in its own way.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
I think we really need to focus on that. And
I mean, we can build some kind of bot that does all of the sign up and does everything automatically.
Yeah. I can tell you there are a few people here in the Discord that are really interested in, and we talk sometimes privately with a few people that want to do it or already doing. So I think it's really a good idea to study this more and more.
We definitely, I'd love to be part of the conversation and go through how we can build this and make it automatic without a doubt. It sounds cool.
Yes, and now I see the message DX trade. Yeah, this is one option that most prop firms are going to use because the US clients they are not to allow MetaTrader any longer. So they are looking for other options. This is one. But I haven't studied. I don't know if there's an option to connect TradingView to DXTrade or you connect MetaTrader to DXTrade. But this is indeed one of the options several prop firms are offering.
Yeah, Andre says that there's an API, so maybe we could just API trigger trade into it. API for DXTrade.
There were also a few others mentioned. I think Mark Trader, I'm not sure, but Prop Firm Match. Prop Firm Match is a very good site that is comparing such things.
Market data. They have a trading API, so I don't know why. I mean, you could very easily connect that. Sorry?
So you only got a trading API and account data API.
Yeah, so I mean, you could very easily connect a server from TradingView across to it. Interesting.
Extra word for William.
Yeah. William doesn't need to sleep, does he?
No, he's like you, huh? Don't need sleep.
Sleeping's for wimps.
It's a shame I'm going on holiday for 2 years.
2 years.
Well, Bitcoin went through a pump.
Cool.
What's it doing at the moment?
Got 2%.
Is it?
71,730 a minute ago, worth 7 minutes ago.
72.91. Accumulating or distributing. Anyway, guys, I don't know if anybody else has got any questions.
Looks like they're not have.
No, just me and you, Marco, mate.
I always expect that Igor has questions. Come on, Igor. Well, it's quiet, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll be back here anyway at the end of the week.
Yes.
I'll go through incubate.trade. I'll do a full go through of incubate.trade and all of the features, how to become an elite backtester, what the elite backtester is, and all of the idea behind it. I'll do all of that in one long, well, not long format, but a live here on Discord at the end of the week. That way I can record it, and we can also add it to sort of an onboarding situation so that everybody can understand how to use it.
Yeah, and about adding our personal strategies with almost only text.
A simplified version.
It's not heavy for your sales. Yes.
Yeah. So
any idea when I can connect that?
So I spent some time over the weekend when I was away planning it all and getting it all ready. So I'll show. I won't be able to show this week. Maybe next week I'll be able to show you that in next week's next week's stream. It's going to be very, very simple. It's going to be the table, like I said, with the link towards your trading view chart. You'll have all of the information like back your win rate, the profit, and all of that will be there. The only difference is you won't have the screenshots because they're the things that are really quite heavy on the server. Most people said it doesn't make any difference anyway for that kind of thing. It's just the information in one place that's more important.
That's more than enough.
Yeah, great. So that I can do no problem. So I'll be doing that over the next couple of weeks as a project, as a side project. But like I said, the most important is to get the boilerplate and the optimizer up and ready for everybody with the updates that I promised. And any extra exchanges that people have asked for with William, those kind of things have all pretty much been done. So yeah.
Yeah, and don't forget, please, to update to version 5, what I ask you.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you very much, Marco, again for the message. I apologise for it being a bit late. I just got every time I have a day or two, I'll find up with so many messages. But I will be updated.
Don't take days off.
No, I won't do that again. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a week and a half last week between going through the all-time high and it dropping and not going up and then up, down and all of that, and then plus the amount of things we did through incubate.trade for about 3 weeks. I thought, right, I'll have a day with the kids, and I got back and my email box was absolutely full.
Trust your bots, David. Trust your bots.
Yeah, trust my bots. Yeah.
Oh,
for the trading, you mean? Yeah, I trust them, no problem. Yeah. I trust them, no problem whatsoever. I do have like I say, a lot of from around 16 to 30k. I traded. I've invested a lot of the profits into Bitcoin and things like that from my bots. I converted them directly into spot trading, just as an extra revenue, which gets a bit stressful when you do get up to that high. So yeah, but.
Yeah.
But I do trust my bots. Absolutely trust my bots. Sorry?
Right. Wise decision that you invested in the crypto when it was so low.
Yes. My average in was, I think, 22, which was cool. And then when it got too close to 30, I kind of stopped investing all of the profits. Mm-hmm. So I'm quite happy. It's good.
Oh, I can understand it.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. No, thanks again for everything.
Thank you very much, Marco. Thank you for all your help as well. Thank you to everybody, and congratulations for all of the winners. I don't know if Vlad's got anything else to add.
Well, congratulations to the winners, and I'll see you guys within the next week with the new show.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Vlad. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.